Hey there, everybody. In this video, we're going to be talking about monogamy versus polygamy. We're going to be looking at elephant seals, birds, turtles, and humans, talking about dimorphism, chemical, acoustical, and visual communication, language and honest signals, and deception. So get ready for another amazing biology lecture.
Time we'll move on to chapter 10. Please remember that I did put the homework assignments on Springboard. If you go to quizzes and then down there's a chapter 8 and a chapter 9. You like how I picture everything in my mind? You can like see me working through the Springboard. And so chapter 8 and chapter 9, and there's like 16 questions in one and 20 questions on the other. So if you missed any of the assignments or anything like that, now would be a good time for you to make those up and get lots of good homework points. So today we're going to be finishing up chapter 9, and it's not an insanely long one, but it does have some good videos that go with it. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about monogamy versus polygamy. And so you may have heard of those terms before, but usually not in relation to science. Usually you hear about it in relation to relationships, like monogamous relationships, or polygamous relationships are like where they have like one husband and then sister wives. That would be polygamy. And so here we're going to be talking about it in terms of mating patterns across human and animal cultures. So one of the ones we're going to be focusing on today is the elephant seal. And this is an example of two very large males, and they are fighting over a group of females. So these large males can be 13 feet long. They can weigh 2 tons, so more than your car. And in one study with 115 males, the 5 highest ranking males fathered 85% of the offspring. So imagine that. Only 5 males are the ones that get to have almost all of their genes passed along to their offspring. And so in looking in the difference between mating systems, we have polygamy, which is where some of the individuals attract multiple mates. So I don't know why sister wives always comes to my mind. Or other individuals attract none. And then monogamy is where individuals, male and a female, mate and then remain with just one other individual for their entire mating amount of time. And so then we can subdivide polygamy into polygyny, which is individual males mate with multiple females, and polyandry, which is where individual females mate with multiple males. So monogamy is 2 individuals, polygamy is 1 with multiple, and so if it's polygyny, it's males with multiple females, and if it's polyandry, it's females with multiple males. So some of the advantages of this. If we have our elephant seals, which are these guys up here, notice that the one dominant male elephant seal, the biggest and the baddest and the strongest of them, we've got one guy here, and he's going to father almost all of the offspring. And then we have low-ranking male elephant seals, so it makes you feel kind of sad for those elephant seals. This one guy is getting all the action, and these guys are getting none, except for one maybe manages to sneak in there while that guy's asleep and get one of the females. And so almost all of his genetic information is going to be passed along to almost all of the offspring. And this pack of blue guys here are going to get to have very few, if ever, have one at all. And so in an extremely polygynous mating system, such as elephant seals, the vast majority of males have no reproductive success at all. And part of the caption that went along with it is that these guys can live 10 to 20 years and they never get to have any mating. So that seems like kind of a sad life if you're an elephant seal. It's good for the green guy, but it's not good for the blue guys here. And so one of the problems with defining this is that mating systems are not easy to define because they have some complication to them. So first of all, if you're a scientist and you want to go out there and study elephant seals and how they mate, one of the things that you first have to get through is the difference between the animal's mating behavior and bonding behavior. So who you have sex with is not necessarily who you are going to remain in a paired relationship with. And so mating systems also have variation within the species. So there can be a couple of different ways that the organisms mate with one another. And then sometimes males and females vary in their mating behavior. And so one of the things we'll be looking at here is called a pair bond. This is where it appears that two individual organisms are monogamous, but that is just appearances. Scientists have lots of ways of finding out whether the babies come from one of the males. Usually with the females, you can tell if the babies came from her because you can see them physically coming from her. But if the female mates with many males, how do you know which offspring are his? So you have to do a DNA check of all of the individuals. And that can be difficult.